Hello everyone out in stupid simple fly tying land. Our good friend Clay Stoker, my good pal, has asked me to do a quick video on this wire worm, mostly because I think he can't figure it out himself. Haha, Clay. Anyway, we're going to start out with, this is a wide gape mustad hook, and I've got a 1/8 brass bead on there. I've tried using bigger beads, they don't work, and smaller beads don't work. I've only ever been able to get a 1/8 bead around the bend of that hook, and sometimes even you need to help them around that bend as well with a set of side cutters or a bit of pliers or something like that. Anyway, so I've got this facing away from me just because I find it easier to wrap the wire when it's pointing away from me. I'm going to start out with, this is red wire, and it's 0.3 mil, which I think works out to about 28 gauge, or maybe brassy size, maybe a medium and a uni wire. This is a no-name wire that I buy just because I tie so many of them and it's a heck of a lot cheaper. So what I've done is I've taken a length of wire and I've tied an overhand knot in it. It'll quit bouncing around here, we can see that. So I've effectively made a loop. So what I do is I hold that in both my hands. I'm going to put it on the underside of that hook shank, and then I'm going to fold, I put a twist in it, if you can kind of pick up on that, and kind of tighten it down on top of the hook there. So now it's kind of locked in there. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my right hand and go over top, and my left hand and go over top. And then what I like to do then, it's hard because I'm in a little close, but what I do is I make sure that that I'm still going to be even on either side. So then I'm going to take the bottom strands and I'm going to go under and over, under and over. And then I'm going to take the top strands and I'm going to go over, over, under, under. And we're just going to keep repeating that, under, under, over, over, all the way till we get to the just behind the bead. Now when I first started doing this, I took my time and I went very slowly. Nowadays, after tying 500 or 600 of these silly things, I go pretty quick at it. I find with the base of my vise, or the stand on my vise, is too tall for me to sit and do this, so I do like to stand so I can see over top and make sure that I'm pulling back tight and everything's looking even. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I've left myself a little bit of room there so that I can tie this off. Bear with me while I get the camera focused back in here. Get a little closer here. That's not so bad. Okay, so I'm going to take some black 6/0 uni, start behind the bead, just lay a little thread base down, snip that out of there, and then I'm just going to tie the wire in. And you can do both sides at once. I prefer just to do one side and then wind it out and then do the other. Like that. Spin that out of there. And you can kind of clean it up a little bit. And then we'll grab a whip finish and we'll whip finish that off. We'll cut that out of there. Now to finish up these thread wraps, you could leave it like that, I suppose, if you wanted to. I like to use this midge body. This is by Montana Fly Company. It's kind of a sparkly thread. Semperfli makes it as well. Comes in all sorts of different colors. So I like to take that and cover over those black thread wraps. Just kind of build it up nice back to that wire. Like so. And we'll just do a whip finish on that. Snip that out of there. Now I like to use a bit of bone dry on these just to really secure that thread. Keeps them from coming undone, and it really makes the sparkle in there. Like so. Now you may have seen in the past, I've posted these a couple times, I'm pretty sure, on the group, where I've done one and it's a two-tone worm. And I'll show you just quickly how to do that. I'm not going to go through all the way to the end, but what I've done to achieve that, I've got some gold and red, just for this example. I find actually in Calgary here where I live, this gold and red on the Bow River is dynamite. So to achieve the loop there, we just do an overhand knot on either end to get our loop in the wire. So we'll just, for fun, give me a sec here. We'll get this started. So when you do a two-tone, whichever color you want on the top has to start on the bottom. So if you wanted gold on top, you'd put the gold on the bottom side and the red on the top side and start your weave like that. And then that will give you your two-tone wire worm look. Now I've done all sorts of little nymphs and stuff, and I know that there's Justin Bruce out there. He is right into weaving this wire. Does some pretty cool work and some pretty cool stuff with it. It's fun, and get some pretty neat effects with it. And anyway, I'm not going to go all the way down there, but you can see if I zoom in on that, that's two-tone. So there's gold on the top and then it's red on the bottom. Anyway, you can thank this video, give thanks to Clay for the video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a try. It's not for everybody maybe, but for me it works pretty good, and these little wire worms are deadly for whites and trout alike. So take care everyone. Happy tying.